came to Cedar Rapids around like 24 years ago. I came on a fiancé visa.
I came here in November 2010. I came here through the visa green card lottery.
When I moved in from there to here, it's like, everybody here of America. It's like the dream, the American dream. You go to America and it's an easy life. The picture is that, you can be having money, having education, or you can have a very good life in here. That was the picture in our mind.
For myself, I was lucky to have like people around me, but I have met people that came here by themselves, like a whole family, dad, mom, 3, 4, 5 kids. When they get here, the first thing is like the job. They have difficulty to find like the job they need. They so busy doing like small stuff and they're not focusing on either school or like a regular job that can, benefit them, like income-wise.
Let's say, for example, they have to rent a house, but at the same time they need to go to school to learn English. So if I am renting, at least I should be working so I can be paying. But if I'm renting and I'm going to school, then how am I going to pay my rent? So you find those people are struggling because they have to study, and the same time they have to work, and the same time they have family that they have to support. And a lot of times it creates problems even in between the family itself, because like especially with kids, you're not given enough attention to the kids because you have to be in many places.
The cost of living in Cedar Rapids is very good. It's less than other cities. So that's the main thing that make people come from outside to Cedar Rapids. Because when they get here, they find themselves, they can like rent cheap, go to school. Even school is expensive sometimes, is fine, and it's a safe area too. Service a safe area that you can go across town without worrying about, being shot or hearing gunshot. And that's the big thing. It's a good place to raise family, to raise kids. I think that's the main key.
Frankly, big surprise was for me that time that I didn't find a community, like an Arab community. There was a couple of people here and there, and even though we had a mosque and like the church, and we see a lot of people there, but still it's kind of like everybody's busy and you feel like you're on your own. That was a big surprise for me. Other than that, the school system too, I found it kind of surprising in a positive way. It is so easy, I don't have to teach my kids at home. They don't come with a big packets of books, and so that was really nice, very positive impact.
And what amazed me the most are the people. People in Cedar Rapids are very, very welcoming. They're very friendly. They always want to know where you're from, what is the difference between here and there. They usually very, very friendly. And that thing touched me a lot. It's something that I will never forget.
One of the areas that I think most of immigrants will need here in Iowa is to have a social worker or a mentor, someone that can speak their language, or at least like some social workers that have an interpreter with her. And that's extremely needed, because like if I go back to when I came here, I had a social worker in the beginning for a couple of months, and she's amazing. I really like her, but frankly, if I remember, there's lots of things that she used to tell me I don't even understand. So that's an area that they need someone to have help with, like a social worker with an interpreter, or hopefully we find a social worker that speaks their language, and then to show them where to start, because the start, I think, is the hardest.
My cousin wife was from here, and she doesn't speak French. She doesn't speak my local language, Wolof. So it was just basically me and my cousin, and he was always busy working and going to school. So that was a big challenge for me. That was my actually toughest thing, because whenever my cousin is not there or his wife is not there, I got stuck. I didn't know nobody. I started having few friends, but I don't like putting my life on people that I don't really know. So that was a big stuff. So even to drive my car, I bought a car, and to have my cousin teach me, he was so busy that we were driving maybe once every 2 weeks, and it took a while. And at some point I told, dude, please take a day off so we can do this one day and I can go pass the test. And that's how I got a driver license after 3 months after I bought my vehicle.
One client, one time, she was complaining for me. They don't have a car, and she wants to pay her internet bill. She's always late, and she get penalty. And I told her, why you don't pay it on time? And then she said, it's really far for us, and I have to go there to pay the bill. And I told her, why would you go there to pay the bill? And she said, well, how else I can pay it? So, and then I had to tell her, about like, okay, send it by mail. She doesn't have a bank account. Okay, why you don't start with having a bank account? It doesn't charge. They don't charge you any money. We're fortunate that here in Iowa, most of the banks, they don't charge anything for opening a bank account. So I had to show her, okay, first we can take you to open a bank account, and then after you have a bank account, you either send it by mail, by writing a check, or you can even do it cheaper and not pay the stamp, and pay it over the phone or pay it like electronically.
2 things I would have known before coming to US probably be the language, English, and maybe have somebody talk me more about the weather. When I came here, my first winter was like, I know it was snowing. I never seen the snow before, and I was so excited to see the snow for the first time. I was outside playing with the snow, and my cousin and I were just laughing. She said, wait until January. I was like, no, this is fine, I love it. But 2 weeks later, when they asked me to take the garbage out, I was like, no, I'm not going.
I think it's easier to start here than going somewhere else, because it's like big cities, they might find jobs easier. However, they have to pay more rent and they have more expenses. And also, when you start here, I think it's not that easy to leave the place here. Because for me, after I knew the people here, and Iowa are so friendly, they're known for that, and I feel like now I'm attached to this place. I feel like I cannot leave it. This is my country, this is my area for me. And I thought that way is gonna be for the people who comes new here. And if they stay, if they start right, if they start with college, if they find someone who can help them, they will not have a reason to leave.